Are you serious? Are you serious? Folks, there has been a rocket that was launched by Russia that has exploded and come crashing down to the Earth. Now, this was the Proton-M rocket carrying Russia's most advanced satellite ever. I want to thank Mike Dell for this report. Let me share this with you. And I have watched the video twice now. What the Proton-M rocket carrying an advanced Express AM-4R satellite was launched on schedule early this morning, Friday, May 16, 2014. The Express AM-4R would have been Russia's most advanced and powerful satellite. Ironically, it was the same design as the Express AM-4, which was lost in August of 2011 in a failed launch. Now, the spacecraft was insured, but the time spent to produce it cannot be reimbursed. Of course not. But here's the thing. This was a valuable, the most important satellite they've ever launched. This spacecraft weighed 5.8 metric tons. It had 63 transponders on it, providing X-band, C-band, S-band, L-band, Ku-band, Ka-band capacity, along with 10 antennas installed. The satellite was to provide internet access in Russia's remote regions at affordable prices. This was Russia's third launch of the Express series satellite this year. They did one in March. The Express AT-1 and the Express AT satellites were put into orbit. But in 2013, Russia carried out 32 of its 82 space launches completed worldwide. Only one of them ever failed. So for this satellite to fail is extraordinarily rare and highly suspicious, especially if you watch the video. Now, I have seen the video twice. Why am I saying that? Well, and before I say this, let me go on. There's another reason why you have to be very suspicious, believe it or not, of the United States of America. Now, I'm actually going to ask Mike from around the world, who works and has been deep within the intelligence agency of the United States, for his expert opinion, and for him to tell us what he knows even. Some of it he can't say, but at least his opinion on the possibilities and the capabilities of the United States missile defense systems or preemptive strikes by U.S. missiles. Have we ever done that in space? That's a question I'm going to ask him directly. But let me tell you why I bring that up. Because yesterday, this article came out, and I talked about it on my live broadcast yesterday, that Russia had made the announcement they were banning the United States from using the International Space Station over the Ukraine sanctions. Also, they had announced would stop selling us engines that we use to launch some of our missiles that we only buy from Russia, which isn't a very smart thing in that, but that's here you go again. Russia is denying that the United States' future use of the International Space Station beyond 2020 will also bar its rocket engines from launching the U.S. military satellites as it hits back at American sanctions imposed over the Ukraine crisis. Excuse me. Russia's not denying it. Russia has announced it, okay? And it has been announced, and we covered that yesterday in our live broadcast. They have told the United States of America that they must, after the year 2020, will no longer be allowed in the International Space Station. They will also no longer give us free rides up and down to the space station. As you know, President Obama did away with NASA's space shuttle system. So it's going to get real ugly. It is getting ugly. It may have gotten super ugly early this morning when this Proton-M rocket carrying Russia's most advanced satellite crashed. Now, let me say this. There's two videos out right now. Dabo777, and I'll put the links here. He shows you a video of this satellite going through the air, and then there's some type of a explosion of some sort, something happens to the satellite and it starts to make its way down, and it does crash. And as we said, it was worth billions of dollars. Dabo will show you in the video that what looks like some type of a something headed toward that satellite. I think he uses the term a UFO. Let me see. Let's see. He says UFO takes down Russian rocket. In other words, an unidentified flying object. Something took that rocket down. Now, BP Earthwatch has also done a video on this. It shows the exact same video. His commentary is, I think he titles it United States and Europe. He titles his U.S. and Europe strike the Russian military satellite. Star Wars. And he is using the analogy that, hey, this is the beginning of World War III, basically. You have to look at the soft invasion, if you will, of Ukraine, the surrounding of Russian troops of Ukraine, the gas pipelines, the fact that Russia raised the price of natural gas to Europe, raised the price of natural gas to Ukraine by 80%, crippling the Ukrainian economy where they could not pay for their natural gas, leaving them with the only two options: submit and come under Russia and the prices will come down, or two, ask the United States and the EU to pay their bill for them, or three, United States and Europe try to forcibly bring the Ukraine into the EU against Russia, which could create a war. And so basically what BP Earthwatch is saying is, and he shows you the same video, and he shows you, and he does a very close-up that what looks like potentially is a missile that may have hit this satellite and brought it down. The question I always have to ask is, who's got the biggest motivation to take down the Russian satellite, and then who has the capability to do it? And that will probably limit the players. That's going to be my question to Mike from around the world. We'll be talking about this, very critical. So both Dabo 77 and BP Earthwatch, both of them covering the same story, coming at it from two different perspectives. And obviously, I'm going to see what I can find out from a third perspective, and that is, what is the U.S. capabilities, and what is the United States motivation, or the European Union's motivation, or what about China's motivation, or what about anybody else? Is there any other players out there that may be motivated to have shot down this rocket, or did this rocket just on its own? Was this just an accident? But what a coincidence if it is. I mean, I just can't believe it's an accident. I believe that something shot this down. Someone, some nation shot this thing down. Who is the most motivated to do this? You got to know, if the United States did it, you got to know you have got an international incident on your hands, and I mean a big one. Of course, U.S. would deny it, but so we're going to find out what might have happened. Where did it get shot down at? Where was it at the time? Going to ask all those questions. Going to get some technical questions on that. But anyway, I think it's fascinating, as both these men are covering the same story, and again, two different perspectives, and they're not in disagreement, because I think both of them realize that something happened to this satellite. The question is what and when and how. We'll try to find that out for you, because, folks, I'm telling you, this is a very volatile situation. The world is on the brink of World War III. I don't even like to utter those words. I understand that it's very possible, but it's hard to fathom it. But then again, I am watching old hatred, old demons of hate and bigotry and murder and mayhem rise up in this world again. Oh, we need to pray. How we need to pray. I'll be right back. Give your life to Jesus Christ. It is getting intense out here. Seriously. Wars and rumors of wars. It's getting intense.